we have seen the format of balance sheet according to Schedule 3 of the Companies Act 2013. So that we studied the format. Under that, equity and liability side, four major heads are there: shareholders fund, share application money, pending allotment, third one non-current liabilities and current liabilities. Then under assets, two major heads: non-current assets and current assets. Then under shareholders fund, mainly two items: share capital reserve and surplus. Then money received against share warrant. So there mainly share capital and reserve and surplus. Then second one, non-current liabilities under that: long-term borrowing, long-term provisions, other long-term liabilities. Okay. Then current liabilities: short-term borrowing, trade payable, short-term borrowing, trade payable, short-term provision, other current liabilities. Next, current assets, non-current assets, fixed assets, tangible, intangible, then tangible, intangible, then which one? Capital work in progress, then non-current investments, then other non-current assets, then current assets under current investments, then inventories, trade receivables, other current assets, cash and cash equivalents. Okay, so these are the items. So now we will write the items under each head. Okay, so reserve and surplus, we are writing reserve and surplus. So some more items are there. So already you wrote, then no need to write the heading. So two items. Okay, you look at that preliminary expenses, discount or loss on issue of debenture, negative balance or debit balance as per statement of profit and loss account. So you know that last year we studied preliminary expenses, discount on issue of debenture, which is a loss, that is a fictitious asset. Fictitious assets. Fictitious assets. Okay, fictitious assets. But now in the new format, what we are doing means from reserve and surplus, we have to minus. Okay, from reserve, we will minus these items. Means this preliminary expenses and discount on issue of debenture. So from where we have to minus under securities premium, under reserve and surplus, I said a securities premium. Securities premium. From that you have to minus. From securities premium, you have to minus these two items. Securities premium. Suppose if you issue shares at a price more than the face value. Already I said if you want to purchase one share, you have to give 10 rupees. If it is a reputed company, we can issue shares at a price more than the face value. 12 rupees, that 2 rupees, that is securities premium. From that only we are minusing this one. Suppose if in the company security premium is not there, means second what we will take profit and loss. Statement of profit and loss. From profit, we will write off these two loss. Preliminary expenses and a discount or loss on issue of debenture. Suppose if the company issue shares at a price less than the face value, it is issued at rupees 8. That 2 is a loss. That is discount or loss on issue of debenture. Preliminary expenses at the time of starting, before incorporated, before registering the company, lot of expense have to be takes place in the company. We have to pay a lot of expenses, legal expenses. For getting registration, we have to pay a lot of expenses. To set up the idea of starting a business, a lot of expense we have to spend. That is preliminary expenses that we are writing normally under non-current assets. Under non-current means fictitious assets. For what purpose we are writing? For write-off purpose. For write-off purpose. So how to write off? From securities premium, or if security premium is not there, means from profit and loss account. From profit and loss account. Clear? So these are the items under reserve and surplus. What it is a subhead. Subhead is reserve and surplus bracket negative item. Only these three items negative item. Negative item. Okay. Major head shareholders fund. Major head shareholders fund. Major head shareholders fund. Clear? Okay. Preliminary expenses, discount on issue of debenture, negative balance. If it is a loss, that is reserve and surplus as negative item. As a negative item. Then preliminary expenses and discount on issue of debenture, that we have to write off. From where? From securities premium. First from securities premium. If security premium is not there, then profit and loss account. But so for example, preliminary expense and discount on issue of debenture total 40,000. Security premium 20,000. Then profit and loss account we have 50,000. So from securities premium 20,000 we have to take, remaining 20,000 we have to take from profit and loss account. We have to minus from profit and loss account. Okay. Then okay, that is how to write off reserve and surplus. That you will study. One thing you have to remember: preliminary expenses, discount on issue of debenture, reserve and surplus, negative item. Then one thing you wrote, capital reserve. First item, capital reserve you wrote. Okay. Suppose one more item they will give, same only meaning. Instead of capital reserve, they will give gain on reissue of forfeited shares. I'm telling all the item. So now you won't get the idea about which one related to share. So accounting for share capital is there. From this chapter you will study everything. So one thing, what do you mean by capital reserve or gain on reissue of forfeited shares? Gain on, sometimes rarely they will give capital reserve. Otherwise, gain on reissue of forfeited shares. Gain on reissue of forfeited shares. Suppose Anjo purchased 500 shares. Face value 10. So he have to give 10 rupees. So company got 2 rupee. So it is in installment only. 2, 3, 2, 3. Application, allotment, first call, final call. So I got application money and the company. I got application money. Then I called Anjo to give allotment money. Next three. He didn't give. Okay. I called many times, then also he's not giving. So in this case, what the company can do? So the company can forfeit the shares. Forfeit the shares means the company can cancel the shares. Okay, the company can cancel the shares. Then that share, so this 500 shares now that we cancelled. So that share I can reissue to Tomlin. Tomlin. Suppose this already I got 2 rupees from Anjo, 500 into 2 application time. That will become the property of the company. That no need to return to Anjo. Okay. So if I am not giving any share means I have to return. I given the share, but I called many times to give allotment money. He is not giving. So then I can cancel the share. Then that cancelled share I can reissue. So if I reissued at rupees 10 rupees, if I reissued at 500 shares at the rate of rupees 10, so I got 2 rupees for profit. Why? Already I got 2 rupees from Anjo. Okay, so that is capital reserve only. That gain, that is that rupee 2 rupees no 502. That is capital reserve only. Gain on reissue of forfeited shares. Gain on reissue of forfeited shares. That is capital reserve. You know that you will study in detail in accounting for share capital chapter. In that forfeiture of share is there. Then forfeiture of shares and the reissue of forfeited shares are there. Okay, journal entry. Clear now? Okay, that is capital gain on reissue of forfeited shares. Gain on reissue of forfeited shares. That comes under reserve and surplus, not negative item. Okay. Next one, share capital. One more item you have to write. Two more items. Share capital means under share capital, what are the capitals are included? So that you will study in accounting for share capital. Then also you have to remember, right? So you will study in detail in accounting for share capital for introduction. So one, so called up capital it is there. Should subscribe capital called up. Mean you look at that heading only you write. Authorized comma you write. Authorized capital means the maximum amount the company can raise fund through the issue of share. You will study. Now no need to study. You have to know understand that. Authorized capital means the maximum amount the company can raise fund through the issue of shares from the public. Suppose if it is 10 lakh, only 10 lakh only we can collect amount from the public through the issue of share. Clear? Then issued capital. Out of the authorized capital, how much means how much out 10 lakh we got? Suppose 10 is the face value of the share. So how much share? 1 lakh share. 1 lakh shares of rupees 10 each. So total 10 lakh. We are issuing 1 lakh share of rupees 10 each. Then we will get 10 lakh. Next, issued capital means out of authorized capital, how much share now we are issuing to the public? Out of 1 lakh, now we are planning to issue 80,000. Afterwards, whenever we want fund, we can raise, we can issue 20,000 share. Present, we are issuing 80,000. So issued capital 8 lakh. Then subscribed capital. Out of that, how much we got from the shareholder? Total fund we got from the shareholder, that is subscribed capital, paid up capital. How to calculate? So how much we have to get? We issued 8 lakh. Out of that, Anjo didn't give 2. Suppose he failed to pay 2 amount. He took 500 shares. He failed to pay 2 rupees. So 1,000 that you have to deduct. Then this amount only we will get from the shareholder. Clear? How much we got from the shareholder? Then if it is a forfeiture trade means, if we cancel the Anjo's share means, we will write share forfeited account. Share forfeited account. How much he given to the company? Anjo, how much he given? Application money he given. So 500 into 2, 1,000 we will write. Okay, here means it will change. In this case, how much amount he failed? I think 500 into 8 he didn't pay. So last example means 500 into 8 call scenario. Okay, call scenario. So 4,000. So 7 lakh 96,000. Then share forfeited account. If we cancel the share means whatever the amount he given to the company, that will become the property of the company. So 500 into 3 he given. So 1,000. Okay, so now you no need to study this much. So you looked at authorized capital, issued capital, then called up capital, that is also related to share capital. Okay, called up capital, subscribed capital. Okay, then calls in arrear, share forfeited account. So you write under share capital, what are the item? Authorized capital is related to share capital. Issued capital, called up capital, subscribed capital, calls in arrear, then share forfeited account. Okay, so these are the items included in share capital. So one thing you have to remember, if you study this one, so next chapter, it is related to this one. Then last chapter, the cash flow statement, that is also related to this one. Okay, anyway, you will get a revision. Okay, so you have to remember calls in arrear, share forfeiture account. Calls in arrear, share forfeiture account. Then any capital. Okay, no? Next, third one, next major head, non-current liabilities. Under that first one, long-term borrowing. What are the items are there? Long-term borrowing, right? loans, term loan, any loan, term loan, debenture. Debenture means, taking amount from the public. Loans, term loan, debentures, public deposits, accepting deposit from the public. Okay, so these are the main item: loan, debenture, public deposit. Loan, debenture, public deposit. Under reserve and surplus, all reserves, then preliminary expenses, discount on issue of shares, which one? Reserve and surplus minus item. Okay, that you have to remember. Calls in arrear, share forfeited account under share capital. Clear now? So next under format, next main item. Long-term borrowings. Okay. Next deferred tax liability, no problem. Other long-term liabilities. Other long-term liabilities. Normally it is not even, but if it is given also, you have to understand. Other long-term liabilities. Other long-term liabilities. Next long-term portion. Suppose at the time of examination, if you look this one, then you can do all the problem. Other long-term liabilities. So what are the item? Other long-term liabilities. Only two item. Premium on redemption of debenture. For each head, you leave one space or two item space. If any items comes, then we can write it. Premium on redemption of debenture. What do you mean by premium on redemption of debenture? Suppose we took a loan from the bank, that is debenture. So at the time we got which one? 1 lakh. At the time of repayment, if we given 1,20,000, so that 20,000 is other long-term liabilities. Okay. Next, one more item. It is not normally not given in the question, but you have to remember. Premium on redemption of debenture. We know that trade payables, that is trade payable only. Other current under current liabilities only, trade payable. But if it is they given to be settled beyond 12 months, you know that what do you mean by beyond 12 months? Trade payable means within 12. Current liability means the liability which are payable within a year. Okay, beyond a year means that is other long-term liabilities. Okay, so whenever you are writing the item, you have to study also. Other long-term liabilities, premium on redemption of debenture, premium on redemption of debenture, then trade payable to be settled beyond 12 months. Any liability settled beyond 12 months, that is other long-term liabilities. Okay, so now I said share capital, all share capital, then code scenario, share profit account, reserve or reserve, preliminary expenses, discount on issue of share, that minus item, reserve and surplus, then long-term borrowing, loan, debenture, public deposit, loan, debenture, public deposits, all reserve, public deposit, then other long-term liabilities, premium on redemption. Redemption means repayment, repayment, repayment. Okay, premium on redemption of debenture, trade payable to be settled beyond 12 months. Trade payables to be settled beyond 12 months. Okay, next, long-term provision. long-term provision. Long-term provisions. Provision for employee benefit. Full it is included. So if you don't know what employee benefits, provision for employee benefits. Under that, provident fund. Provident fund, long term provision only. Provident fund means, suppose if I am working in a organization means, so every month they will, the owner, the management will take 1,500 from my salary. Then the owner also will contribute 1,500 for a provident fund. So if I have a provident fund for a period of 10 years, so after attaining the major, which one at the time of retirement, I will get a pension. Okay, that is provident fund. It is a long-term provision only. Okay, provident fund. Then provision for warranties. That is also a long-term provision. Retirement benefit payable to employees. This is also a long-term provisions. Okay, like that provision for employee benefit. That only provident fund, provision for warranties, retirement benefit payable to employees. These are long-term provisions. Okay, provision for employee benefits, provident fund, provision for warranties, then retirement benefit payable to employees. So these are long-term provisions. So non-current liabilities are over. Subhead each item over. Next, we'll look at current liabilities. First one, short-term borrowings. Short-term borrowings. Here, so we accepted short-term deposit payable on demand. Short-term deposits payable on demand. Loans repayable on demand. Okay. Short-term deposits payable on demand. Long-term payable, loans repayable on demand. That is short-term borrowings. Immediately we have to pay. That is short-term borrowings. Short-term borrowings. Okay. So short-term borrowings over. Clear no? Short-term borrowings. Okay. This is under current liabilities. If you want, you can write long-term provision, long-term borrowing, that is under non-current liabilities. From this onwards, current liabilities. current liabilities. Okay, so this one, long term borrowings onwards. Okay, then first two item, shareholders fund, share capital. Before share capital, you can write shareholders fund, not shareholders fund, shareholders fund. Okay, this is non-current liabilities. Non-current liabilities, long-term borrowing, long-term borrowing, other long-term liabilities, then long-term provision. Then this onwards, current liabilities, short-term borrowing, okay, short-term borrowing. Next item, trade payable.
Sir, can you show the previous slide? Okay, sir.
Trade payable, creditors, bills payable only. Acceptance also one item. Either accepting the bill that is related to bills payable, it is trade payable only. Acceptance, accepting the bill, acceptances. So if it is given means you have to remember that is trade payable. Mainly creditors plus bills payable only. If then other current liabilities, short-term provision. Next, other current liabilities. Other current liabilities, you know, outstanding expenses, income received in advances. So what are the outstanding expenses? Different type, you know. If any payable means that is outstanding expense only. Receivable means other current assets. Outstanding expenses, income received in advance, provident fund payable. It is unpayable provident fund, it is there. Company also has to contribute now. That is outstanding expenses. GST payable. We collected GST from the customer, then we have to pay to the government. So that is Then unpaid matured debentures. Matured debenture means we took a loan from the public. That is debenture. Maturity date. So if it is unpaid, it is other current liabilities only, because immediately we have to pay. Unmatured debenture, because now unpaid matured debenture only, that is unpaid. Then calls in advance. Calls in advance, calls in arrear. Calls in advance, calls in arrear. Calls in advance means calls in arrear, already I said, Anjo's case. The amount unpaid by the shareholder. Amount unpaid. That is calls in arrear. But calls in advance means the amount received in excess of what has been called up. The amount received in excess of, you will study accounting for share capital, the amount received in excess of what has been called up means I called to give allotment money. But what Anila did, Anila given first and final called money with allotment advance. Okay, that is with one calls in advance. So in this case, we have to give interest also. How many months before she given that, on that base we have to give interest also. Okay, so that is our liability. So calls in advance also liability, interest on calls in advance also liability. Then interest due on debenture. Whenever we took a loan from the public, we have to give interest. That is our liability, other current liability. Okay, outstanding expenses. That is outstanding expense only. Okay, so these are the other current liabilities. Okay, main item only. GST payable, unpaid maturity debenture. Okay, calls in advance, interest due on calls in advance. Okay, calls in arrear, we know that is under share capital, but what do you make calls in arrear? Amount unpaid by the shareholder. So for that also we will charge interest. So we'll charge interest. Suppose he is telling that after 1 month I will give, so we will charge interest on calls in arrear. That is our other current assets. Okay, calls in arrear share capital only, but interest on calls in arrear, interest due on calls in arrear, that is other current assets. Okay, so now you have to remember calls in advance, interest due on calls in advance. That is other current liability. Other current liability. Over. Karthik.
Yes, sir.
Next item. Other current liabilities. Short-term provision. Short-term provisions. For short-term period, only two items. From profit, we are taking some amount for what? In the future, we have to pay the tax now. For that purpose, we are keeping the provision. Now, next item, provision for bad and doubtful debt. Okay, provision for tax, provision for bad and doubtful debt. Provision for tax, then provision for bad and doubtful debt. Provision for tax, then provision for bad and doubtful debt. So one thing you have to remember, long-term provision. What are the item? Provision for employee benefit, provident fund, retirement benefit is provision for warranties. Okay, here short-term provision, two item, provision for tax, provision for bad and doubtful debt. So our liabilities over. Both the liabilities over. Okay, just again I will tell share capital, under share capital, authorized capital, issued capital, mainly this one, subscribed capital they given, otherwise paid up capital, paid up capital. Okay. Then calls in arrear, share forfeited. Calls in arrear, what we are doing? We are minusing because that amount we won't get. Okay. Then share forfeited account. How amount if it is, if we cancel the share means Anjos amount already paid by the shareholder, that become the property of the company. Okay. Calls in arrear, share forfeited account. Calls in arrear, share forfeited account. Next, reserve and surplus. I said all reserve, then profit and loss account. All reserve, profit and loss account. All reserves, profit and loss account. Then preliminary expenses, discount on issue of debenture, that is reserve and surplus only, but negative item, minus item. Next, a long-term borrowing, loan debenture, public deposit, loan debenture, public deposit. Okay, loan debenture, loan from bank, and debenture loan from the public deposit, accepting deposit from the public. So other long-term liabilities, premium on redemption of debenture. We took a loan from the public, so at the time of repayment time, if we give more amount, at a more amount, no, that is other long-term liabilities, Then premium on redemption of debenture, then trade payable to be settled beyond 12 months. Next one, long-term provision. Long-term provision, provision for employee benefit, provision for warranties, provident fund, retirement benefit. Okay, so these are the under which one non-current liabilities. Long-term borrowing, other long-term liabilities, long-term borrowing, other long-term liabilities, long-term provisions. Next, current liabilities. First one, short-term borrowing. Short-term borrowing means short-term loan, long-lived payable on demand, short-term deposit, deposit payable on demand. Next, trade payable, creditors plus payable. Then acceptance is given, that is also under trade payable. Then other current liabilities, outstanding expenses, income received in advance, outstanding expense only remaining, provident fund payable, GST payable, unpaid mature debenture, calls in advance, interest on calls in advance. Okay, interest accrued and due on debenture. Then one more item is there, other current liabilities. Application money received, not a share application money, pending allotment. Application money application money received for allotment of securities and due for refund and interest thereon. Till now, we didn't see such items in the exam, but you have to study. So application money received, we got application money from which one? So company applied for the share. So we received, the company received, but we are not giving with one share. Okay. So if example, the gap is there means if we are not paying amount for 2 months, 3 months means how to refund now, because we have no, we are not issuing shares to the company. So that amount will be other current liability. Okay, not share application money pending allotment. Pending allotment means after the balance sheet date, we will distribute the share. Share application money pending allotment. So balance sheet date only we are we got the application money, but it is pending allotment. After balance sheet date, we will give the share. But here means we are not want to issue the share. We got the share. We have to refund plus interest. Okay, which is for 4 months means we have to give interest. That is this one other liabilities. Just you have to look at only. You need to look, give more importance to that point. The other point you have to give importance. The calls in advance, interest on calls in advance, accrued interest on debenture, any payable. Okay, that is other current liabilities. Now current, which one? Next class. Okay. So one thing you have to remember. Now you have to go through the entire item. Then next day you have accountancy test. Don't forget. Okay. Prepare very well. So if any doubt you can ask me. So already I said 5 MCQ, then a 3 mark fund adjustment, stationary adjustment 4 mark, then which one 8 mark question.